This time it's charts in 5 simple steps. And again, this one is not an instructional video. This is a big picture demonstration. The instructional video would take more time, and so it's somewhere else. This is the same graphic I told you about the other time. I couldn't, all of a sudden AI doesn't want to draw graphics for you. So I think I know why, but that's mine. It's not great, but so 5 steps. The first question is going to be, when you look at this spreadsheet, you have to ask a question about it. The way to figure out how to make a chart is to ask a question. What do you want to know? And you have to be specific, and I want you to use nouns, not pronouns. Here's an example. My question is, was the distribution of telephone sales for last year? So if I look down on row 5, last year by telephone sales in B5, if I can find my mouse, in B5, we had 31,000 odd of computers. And of monitors, we had 16,000. And of printers, we had 25,000. And of software, we had 25,000. That's the distribution of telephone sales for the year. Now we want to make a chart of it. So what we'll do now is say, which headings do you need to use for this? And we need this row 3, computers, monitors, printers, and software. And we need row 5, which is telephone. This A3 is empty. If you've heard, I mean, I keep saying it over and over, so you'll hear it in some one of the videos, that the A3 is typically empty and it's a placeholder. And then I lost my mouse again. So then we have, so A3 is typically empty. And then we have telephone row, the row 5, A, B, C, D, and E, but not F, because you use either the insides or the totals, and I call them insides because you'll understand what I'm talking about, or the totals, not both. So the procedure is, first you select the sets. You select the headings, and I'm not demonstrating it because that's the other video. Then you use, so to do that, you'll be drag, and then you press down and hold the control key. Are you seeing me? I'm doing it. Press down and hold the control key, and then you'll click and drag the second set, whichever direction it goes, whatever, and then you let both fingers up. I'll do that on the other video. Anyway, and I always give you this notice. The second, the last set of cells that you click and drag, the first cell of the last set doesn't get highlighted like the rest of them, and I don't know why, but it drives me crazy. And then, so the data is second, and then you insert the chart. Which chart do you want? Other video. What we're going to do in this chart is a column, clustered column chart. So first I select the headings A3 to AE. So A3, all of these, not F. And then I press down and hold the control key, and then I'll select the data, which is A5 to E5. Let both fingers up. And I chose the column chart because it's like the first one on the list and it's the easiest and people have seen it the most. There are other ways this could be done. So you'll insert a column chart. And then the original appearance, when it posts it, when it makes it for you, it's going to cover up the data. It always does. Whatever, that's fine. And you see how we have a column for each, but wait, we're coming to that. Then the fourth step is to, I said relocate, drag the chart to wherever you want it to go. You always have to drag it. And then you should add a title. Don't you select the title. When you're selecting your cells, you don't select the title. You make a title, descriptive title, and then confirm the results. In other words, make sure it asks the question that you were asking. Sometimes you get it wrong. You can just delete the chart and go do it again. Yes, I know there's a way to edit the chart. That's not this lesson. And finally, you might want to make sure that all of the axes are identified. So this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. And if you don't like algebra or math has been too long ago or you didn't want to learn it in the first place, but we use those terms all over, so you really kind of got to learn a few of those terms. So x-axis and the y-axis. Anyway, confirm the identifications of them. So, did we answer the question of list the telephone sales by category or by distribution? And my title is telephone sales all categories. So, I have the category of computers, a category of monitors, a category of printers, a category of software. So yes, I did. My x-axis is identified as the telephone distribution, and my y-axis I had to add. If you select the cells right, you'll always get this one. If you even if you did select the cells correctly, unless you had usually you have to add your y-axis by hand, which is just insert axis. It's on the ribbon. And then I added that, and you could make it right sideways, or I had it right up and down. That's my choice. So I think I've satisfied all those examples. And then one more last step, step 5, is to enhance the chart. It's optional. You don't have to, but that's where the fun comes, and that's where you can waste too much time. So get steps 1 through 4 done for sure, and then step 5 is, you could. The installed version has more options than the online version. So did we get the chart? Yeah. Is it boring? Pretty much. But that's okay. Yeah, I mean, it satisfies the requirements. You could do like 2D and colors and shade the back and shade the floor. Oh, there's so many things you can do. The walls, make it 3D. Well, anyway, we didn't need to. I did actually add the data labels above each column. Those are called data labels. You can put it in different places, and that shows what the actual number was, so that's nice. Since I could actually for this demonstration, I also added the legend and I put it at the bottom. You can choose where you want these things. So the numbers from the spreadsheet was like it copied all that and plunked it at the bottom of the chart. You wouldn't do both, but I just wanted you to see that it was something you could do. And there are more options that aren't necessary. Depends what the goal is. If it's something to turn in to get your grade from me, then plain and simple, as long as it's right, it's fine, fine. If you're turning it in to apply for a grant from the government to make, I don't know, give money to oh, maybe then you want to make it fancy chart. But those are the same 5 steps. No matter if it's a hard chart or a simple chart or a big chart or a little chart, it's the same 5 steps every time. So now you go try.